Hey YouTube, how are we doing? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Tommy, and today I will be taking a look at the Aoocci BX motorcycle CarPlay and Android Auto device. As you can see just here on my bike. Now Aoocci have brought out, well actually for anyone who's not seen my channel previously, I've previously reviewed their C6 Pro device, which I found to be excellent. And they did subsequently bring out like a new model in between, but I didn't take that one for review because I wanted to wait for a few more features sort of to come out. Anyway, they contacted me again when they have released now this BX model, and it has a whole host of new features and improvements over the C6 Pro. So we're going to find somewhere nice and picturesque and hopefully in the shade because it's hot, and I'll tell you all about it. Let's go. Okay, so much like the C6 Pro, which we had previously on the channel, basically what this TFT screen allows you to do is connect your phone via Bluetooth, and basically you can control your phone from this device. When you do pair it with Bluetooth, what it will do is it will populate on the screen all of the apps on your phone that are compatible with this device. We just press this button, you can see this is just like on your iPhone or on your Android phone. You can swipe through and it basically is loaded up all of the apps which will work with this device. So most people would probably want this for navigation and all that kind of stuff. So it's compatible with Google Maps. What else we got? Where is it? Sorry, that was Apple Maps, I think. This is Google Maps as well. You can also use it on that. I have used it to great effect with Waze. So basically, it allows you to connect your phone and control all of these things via this screen. Now the great thing about this and the new model over the C6 Pro is basically it comes with its own integrated GPS module, so it's no longer using the GPS on your phone, which saves the battery on your phone, which is great if you're out and about on your bike and you're not able to charge it. So aside from being able to use the screen here as a navigation device, you can also use it to access all of your music on your phone, which is excellent and very handy. Also your messages and also your phone contacts. Somewhere here there's just all this stuff here. So basically you can make phone calls and do all the stuff just by using this screen, and it's all easy to use, very close to the handlebar, so you haven't got to take your hands too far away. Now this model does actually come with a wired remote. The old one was a Bluetooth, I think it was, remote. Now it is a wired remote, and fits basically on your mirror. Now I haven't fitted it on my bike, one because my hand's very close to the screen just here anyway, and secondly the mount that comes with the controller mount is for a round mirror stem, which of course my bike doesn't have because it has these funny shaped mirrors. So I'm unable to fit that. If you have space on your bar, I'm pretty sure you can just clamp it around the bar, but I don't have the real estate on my bike to be able to do that. So if you've not seen it already, I'll put a little notice in the top corner of the screen just here, which will link to my review of the C6 Pro. And in Aoocci's, to their credit, I did at the time of doing that review mention that it would be a honest review, and I will tell it warts and all, and it was no different on this occasion. So there are a few nice improvements on this unit, so let's take a look and see what's different. Okay, first of all, I'm going to cover a couple of bits which I wasn't too impressed with on the C6 Pro, and one of those was the handlebar mount. Basically, the only way that I can mount it, let's bear in mind that on my bobber, I've got very sort of like a very minimum amount of real estate to clamp anything on these bars. So there is really only one place it will fit, which is the either side of the handlebar clamp just here. And the previous one, the only way I could have it set up was sort of kind of obscure, it was up here, kind of obscuring the speedo on my bike, which was less than ideal, but not a deal breaker, because on the device itself you can basically show your speed anyway, so it's not a biggie, and particularly if you're using Waze or a navigation device, it's got your speed on there anyway. However, I did give feedback saying, you know, it needs to be a little bit more versatile so that you know, you can fit it in more places, and they have done that with this new clamp basically. It's worth pointing in mind these clamps are fitted with anti-theft Allen bolts in here, so you can only undo them with the correct Allen key. It's got an articulated ball head on there just to give you more movement. It still isn't ideal. Again, as I mentioned, my bike doesn't have a lot of real estate on the bars, and ideally I would always want to have the mount in the middle so it's just symmetrical and tucked out of the way and all that kind of stuff. But as it turns out, this new clamp is much better suited to my bike. It's just not perfect, so again, I have fed back to Aoocci and said it could be a little bit more versatile still with the mounting system, but that will fit 95% of bikes perfectly. It's just my bike. There's not a lot of bar space going on here. Another great feature that they've included is a quick release head mount. I'm going to try and put the camera down and show you how you do this. It will require you to undo this power cable. This is the cable that provides power to the unit. But once that's undone, you've got a little clip. I'll show you around the other side. Okay, where are we? Yeah, little clip, pressing this red button just here, and you can pop up the head unit and take it with you on your travels. I mean, obviously you do still need to disconnect the power cable, so you won't want to do it every time you get off the bike, but if you're leaving it overnight or anything like that, then you know, you have the option to do so now. I mentioned leaving it out on your bike overnight. It is obviously waterproof, the same as the previous unit, so there's no issues there if you do decide to keep it on your bike, but it is nice to have that option should you want to. Also worth pointing out, if you take away this this quick release mount, you can also mount this vibration plate that's on the back of it directly onto this ball here. So if you need to save a bit of space, or you want the unit a little bit closer to your handlebars, you've also got the option to do that if you don't need to take it off. One of the things I really liked about the C6 Pro was the ability to have live information with regards to your tyre pressures. So it comes with Bluetooth sensors, one you fit on the front valve, one you fit on the rear, and it basically, you just pair it to the device. It's very easy, you just have a little code, it's very easy to do, and basically it gives you live information on the tyres. You can change it for bar, PSI and all that kind of stuff, and actually these figures do change as you're driving, as you're riding along, and as the tyres get warm and all that kind of stuff. So it's really handy. You can also set an upper and lower limit, so if it goes below a certain PSI or bar or whatever you've selected in the settings, it will give you an alarm, so you know that you need to go and get them pumped up. Another great feature that they have added, and again I gave this feedback last time when I looked at the C6 Pro. It was only available with kph, or kilometers per hour, on the speedo. They have now changed that, and it is changeable in the settings. You can basically select between miles per hour or kilometres an hour, which is a great feature. It should have been on the C6 Pro, but I'm very pleased to see that they've added it onto this one. So another couple of buttons. This is your main screen if you're not using nav or anything like that. If you hit this button just here, it takes you to the mobile screen, and this is where you can access all of your apps on the phone whilst it's in your pocket. It's very, very handy. All your music and all that kind of stuff, which I said a little bit about before. And on the screen just here, you'll see this little button just here. If you press that, it will take you to any of the little settings that are on the phone just here. So we'll come back to that camera in a second. Now that we're back on this main screen, if you press this button just here, you've got a front camera and a rear facing camera. Okay, that's the front. You can see if I lean the bike up, it's all good there. And the rear view camera as well. Now you can flip the picture and do all sorts of stuff with these pictures. You can select the amount of time that the video films for, and it will record on a loop. And then you've got some post-record settings, which basically flips the image if it's if you've had to mount the camera upside down or whatever, just like that. And then you've got Sentinel mode. This is to do with, basically it's like a security cam when you're not on the bike. So you can turn that on and turn that off. Another nice thing, this unit ships with a SD card, which was very nice, because before when I got sent one, I had to find an SD card and had to wait a couple of days for that to arrive. But this does ship with, I think, a 64GB card, which is all very helpful. So you literally got everything you need in the box. You can also download an app which will allow you to look back at your recorded videos. You can take, didn't know that you could just take a photograph as well. But if you access the app, you can watch all of the videos that it's taken and all that sort of stuff on your phone, which is pretty handy. So What else have we got? Radar. I don't think I mentioned this, but one of the biggest features, in fact it's got to be the biggest feature on this, is you have got blind spot detection, which is a great feature. It comes with a radar module that fits right on the back of your bike, and basically it is like a collision detection system as such. Basically what it will do, and I'll show you some video just here on the screen, if there's like a cyclist coming up alongside you from behind, which you perhaps might not have seen in your mirrors, then it will show up like a red warning sign on the side of the bike where they're coming from, whether it's on the left or the right just here. And if a car is coming up from behind, which again you might not have seen on your mirrors or whatever, particularly on a bike you don't have a rear view mirror like you do on a car, and basically it will flash up on the screen on both sides with the warning symbol, and like the first time the car approaches, it will basically revert to the rear camera and show you what is behind you for a second or two, just so you've got an idea of what's going on behind you, and then we'll revert back to the screen which you're on, because you might be using nav and all that kind of stuff. So it's very good. Look at the little demo which I've got coming up on the screen, or I might have played it already, but it is a great feature. You can play about with the radar settings. Basically radar switch, I don't really know what that is, so I will have a look in on the instruction manual. You can radar the mirror, which basically just flips the orientation of the camera. Radar rear view on and off basically will tell you, sorry, that is where you can turn on and off, where it shows you what's going on behind you when it detects something. So if you turn that off, you won't get to see what's going on behind you when a car's coming up or whatever behind you, but turned on, it will flash up on the screen, and I think that's a fantastic feature, that is. So much, you know, a great feature, particularly if you're riding a lot in the traffic. It's really good to know what's going on around you, particularly if there's cyclists and all that kind of stuff. So Aoocci, nice one. That is a brilliant feature. You do need to pair the device when it comes with the device, sorry, when you open it and turn on the device, but again that's very easy to pair, no problem whatsoever. And the buzzer, when it detects something's coming around you, you can basically have a buzzer that beeps at you when the screen is flashing as well, or you can turn it off. Better safe than sorry, so I've had that turned on, and it's a good feature. Excellent. So overall, the BX unit does represent a significant improvement over the C6 Pro, particularly if you would find the collision detection system of any use to yourself. I think it's pretty handy, particularly if you're, as I said, riding through traffic. If you commute in London or anything like that, it would be a godsend, because you'd always have cyclists flying up the inside and, you know, cars approaching and all that kind of stuff. And I like to know what's going on behind me. Aside from that, even if you don't need that collision detection system, basically you can just set it up so that the camera is pointing back, and you can have that on your screen anyway, so you can always see what's going on behind you. So that's a nice feature as well. But in the event of an accident, obviously it's very handy to have cameras on your bike, and the BX system will do it all. Would I recommend it? Of course, yeah, it's an excellent system. I really like the C6 Pro, and I think again this is a great system as well, the BX, with the extra features on top of the C6 Pro. There were a few things, as I mentioned. The handlebar mount could be a little bit more versatile. Other than that, I don't think there's anything that I would improve on it. It's a good little unit. Anyway, for the best deal, click the link in the description if you're in the market for a TFT screen here for your bike. You know, if you're looking for CarPlay or Android Auto on your bike, it is the perfect solution for you. So click on the link below for the best deal, and thank you very much, Aoocci, for sending me this unit. Until next time.
Catch you later.